in the space as we move forwards. So at Qredo, what we've built over the last 4 years, and have just relaunched our new platform, taking in lots of feedback from different clients and really streamlining it, is a platform that allows you and your team to manage your crypto assets with your governance. And what does that mean? It means that we recognize the challenges that exist within an organization, the fluctuations of staff, the way that teams move in, move out of different roles, people get promoted, people change jobs. The level of kind of authority that you have within an organization naturally changes. If you start with a junior team, you might want to, as those junior members grow, you might bring in more juniors, so your governance layer obviously expands. If you're a director, then you want to be able to delegate access to individuals to take away the administrative burden and make sure that the finance team has got all the control and the right different types of access on this. And so we started at that position. It's like, how do we abstract private key management into governance? And the way that we do it is we use 3 different pieces of technology. The first piece of technology that we use is the decentralized MPC protocol. And that protocol is distributed around the world in many different jurisdictions to avoid the challenges of a single jurisdiction taking a stance against crypto. Because what we've seen is that single jurisdictions can be very restrictive in terms of their approach and their foresight with regards to organizations or teams dealing with crypto. So by distributing the MPC nodes all around the world, we mitigated that risk. The next position is that anywhere within a traditional CeFi custodian that used a database, we now rely on a blockchain. So the Qredo ecosystem actually has a Qredo blockchain at its heart of its operations. Now that operation is also decentralized and is run by validators. So again, we're taking the best of blockchain to actually move forwards. And then into that blockchain, we write the governance positions. Well, I say we write the governance positions. You write your governance positions. You control the chain. You control your signing agents. Your team are issued their own BLS threshold key management keys. And those keys will scale from 1 of 1, where you can use it to replace your ledger if you choose to 3 of 5, which seems to be the typical kind of user base that we see, all the way through to hundreds and hundreds of different BLS signatories, which means that it could extend potentially to a DAO ecosystem where there's like several hundred users all needing to kind of vote and control on assets. And so using those 3 different pieces of technology, so the MPC, the blockchain, and the BLS threshold keys, we can actually abstract from that private key management issue into governance and allow you to own your own assets, to have title over your own assets, and for those assets to legally represent on your balance sheet, which I'm not sure there's another custodian provider out there or security platform out there that can do that for a team. Maybe Gnosis Safe, but Gnosis doesn't have the flexibility that we have. We end up with a much more structured, rigid framework. So actually what I'm going to show you here is the new Qredo. And you can see that we managed through, you can see the new user interface that we've put up. And what we're doing now is obviously we've logged in and we're creating a portfolio. Now you can add members, you can create different wallets, you can have different wallets for different usernames or different strategies, and then you can choose and select how you set that policy up. So you could have your finance team, you could have your trading team, you could have your marketing team. We're seeing a lot of enterprise users come into the space now with the back of all the NFT positions. You obviously be able to see all the history, the tracking with regards to the information that you've got on your chain. You see the various different balances that you're holding and how those positions have moved through. Now, when you engage in a DeFi protocol, very simple. It's almost as simple as you've got used to when you're using your MetaMask on your browser wallet today. But the difference being is that the signatories can be distributed to your team members to that governance. So you get a 4 or 6i approach in terms of who's going to sign off and who's actually going to execute the positions. In addition to the signatories that you've got, you can white label and whitelist certain smart contract positions. And that's our first step. We're actually going deeper than that in our current roadmap and looking to actually white label smart contract calls. So one governance structure could actually put risk on, and you'd need another governance structure, an extended governance structure to take risk off. Now, finally, what we've realized is that this is great, but if you're having a 3 of 5 signature threshold, then maybe actually what you need some automation in there as well. So as well as that, we've got the ability to add signing agents, which are robot signatories that you can control, that you can add into your governance structure that will allow you to transact on certain capabilities. And what that means is it gives you a lot more flexibility, a lot more dynamic capability within your organization. And it also means that you can set boundaries of different activities happening at different times. Meaning, for instance, that if you have taken a loan out against some ETH that you've got in a Maker Vault or something else, that you don't have a collateral call at 2 o'clock in the morning where your entire team needs to get out of bed and authorize on their mobile phones. You can have automated processes looking for certain trigger events that can take care of the risk management positions.